Hello Virgo, my name is Paul and this is Dove and Serpent Tarot. And this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And if there is anything you need me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Right. And remember, Virgo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And very nice, Six of Cups. This is a great way to begin. We're going to use that as our starting point. I'm already feeling like in the next few days, perhaps the next week or so, you're going to start to feel a real pleasure, a real harmony in your life, right? Especially in terms of your relationship with what's outside of you. Okay, so I don't know yet if this is talking about a personal relationship, a romantic relationship, if it's just a general harmony between you and the environment, you and your work, you and your home, or what you're creating, you and your community generally, but there's going to be this resonance and harmony that you feel. Okay. Two of Swords. Okay. Oh, we've got a lot of major arcana cards. Look at that. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is one random card that we select from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We're going to set Alien, Simon Mork Ripley, right there on top. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end. But if at any point during the reading you get an idea of what that is, if you can sense what that is, leave a comment in the comment section. I'm doing that as an exercise to make this channel a little more interactive, make it a little bit more fun, a little audience participation. I want us to collectively raise our vibrations. Let's tap into our intuition. Let's connect with these readings. Let's connect with these images and these energies and see if we can discern that card. Okay? At the end of the reading, we will have a moment of stillness where we can all kind of put our answers in if we want. You don't have to play along if it's not your thing or if you're driving or whatever. Major, 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 major. We have no fire energy. Okay? There's no fire here. That tells me that we might not have the energy to really, I think, sort out whatever this Two of Swords is indicating to us, right? There's a lack of energy here to devote to something that might be relating to a relationship. See, we've got the Empress, we've got this water energy here, and it's like there's some decision that needs to be made or something that needs to be kind of sorted out. But there's no fire energy here to fuel that. So I feel like we kind of don't have the energy for it, right? And we do have some water energy. We do have some air. And we do have quite a bit of earth down here. There's an abundance of earth. And I think this is important because there could be, well, honestly, there could be some kind of a technical problem here going on with some of your work, right? So, yeah, let's start with the Six of Cups. We talked about the Six of Cups a little bit. I feel like this is the energy that you want. This is the energy that I think you can expect in the very near future, coming into your life, let's say right now, okay, next couple of days. This is a restoration of harmony and beauty and balance, okay? And what I see is that there is a need for that. We have this Two of Swords. There's a need to restore the beauty and harmony and balance. I think both in your work or your workings, I don't know if you're retired or if you're employed, if you have a career, maybe you have your own business, whatever the work is that you do, right? Or the activities, what you do with your time. I feel like there might be some kind of a technical issue. There's something there that needs a restoration of harmony. But there's something in a relationship too that seems a little bit off, right? It seems like maybe a romantic thing. It needs just a little adjustment, right, to get back to beauty and harmony. Now, the 2 is a very peaceful card. It's very calm. I feel a nice silence and a nice calmness right now. But there's like a little adjustment, right? This is only 1 number off from the ace, right? From perfect unity. So something about your relationship might seem a little bit off. We're just a little bit out of phase from this perfect feeling of harmony, right? Where we feel just a wealth of joy within us, and we want to share that wealth of joy with others. My inner abundance wants to connect with your inner abundance, and together we make for a pretty good team, right? Something's just a little bit off. A little bit off. Above everything, we see this Fool, right? Anytime we get the Fool card, we have to do an Jing card. Because I believe that the Fool is trying to give us the way toward sageliness. I know that's not the right word, but I like it. Sageliness, rather than foolishness, right? And I think the Jing is really all about either warning us when we're being too foolish and trying to direct us toward that sage advice, the wise decisions, right? So it very closely relates to the Fool. And also there's this idea of playfulness and humor, which, I don't know, I feel like is a very important part of Taoism and of the kind of ancient Chinese culture that surrounds the I Ching here. So we're just going to do 1 card, and this will help us understand that Fool energy that we have here in the reading today. So we have 47, confined. It says, creating success, constancy of a great person, good fortune, not a mistake. There are words, but no trust. Okay, there are words, but no trust. So this, I think, is relating to the little tweaking that our relationship needs right now. Our life is just slightly out of harmony. We're just a little bit out of sync with things. I think there's something technical going on at work, which we'll get to that. But as far as this water and this Empress thing, and you know, it may even be with a Cancer person. Maybe your significant other is a Cancer person. There is a little bit something that's not quite in harmony here. But I think communication right now is not really the way forward, right? We're confined. There are words, but there's no trust. We're confined in maybe this 4 of Cups. Maybe the 4 of Cups is saying, look, there will be an opportunity at some point to revitalize this relationship, to reharmonize, to get back in sync, but that time is not right this moment. Right this moment, it might be better for you to focus on this technical issue at work or in your home or in your personal inner work, maybe your spiritual work, your business, whatever we're talking about, rather than trying to force a solution onto this relation, whatever this issue might be. I think that's what we're saying, what the I Ching here is saying to us, that the wise choice for this Fool is going to be to go here and sort this problem out, take your mind off of this relationship issue, figure out what you need to do in your personal, private, your inner work, spiritual work, your business work, whatever this is. Okay. Now, there's more text on the back. It says, can you stick to your purpose when there is no external encouragement or confirmation? No outward signs of progress does not mean that you or your world are wrong. Concentrate on inner growth within the confinement, that's what we were talking about, right? Focusing on this technical issue, something that you can put your efforts into as far as your inner work, your business, your personal stuff. And the relationship, there will be an opportunity to fix that, but it's not right this moment. Okay. Don't place too much value on words. They are not trustworthy enough to give you a way out. I think that's very meaningful. That's how we're going to be the sage rather than the fool. Concentrate on inner growth within the confinement. So if you're in this relationship, something seems a bit off. We want this harmony and this beauty, this love and joy and pleasure and this shared abundance. Right now we feel confined in this Four of Cups. Nothing's really wrong, but nothing's really great, right? There's just something a little bit off in this relationship, maybe with a Cancer person. Okay, it's time to focus on this other work, this earth stuff. And what we see with this Ace of Pentacles in the recent past is the beginning of your work. This is maybe a new task, a new phase of your work. Maybe it's a new project or something, a new business, something that you just kind of started doing. It was something new, right? And I think that there is, because we still have that Two of Swords, there is just something there, a technical issue. There's a little adjustment that needs to be made as far as that. Maybe it's a new spiritual practice. Maybe it's a new ritual that you learned or that you're trying to incorporate. Maybe it's a new element to your schedule. Maybe it is a new product that you're trying to produce, a new whatever. Yeah. Beneath everything, we see the Queen of Pentacles. I think this applies to both the relationship and to the work stuff, or the inner work, whatever, Because this is a figure that is looking at the past, right? You see, they're gazing out at that long and winding road. They're trying to assess the past and project it onto the future. In other words, we're trying to learn from what we've already been through to predict what we're going to be going through, right? Using the past to predict the future. It's one of those kind of models. There is an idea that that might not work. There's an idea that there is an unknown kind of element. That there's always, obviously there's always going to be a variable, right? And we have the variable here with the Two of Swords. This is the only air energy we see, other than, of course, the Fool. And the Fool, I should say too, that this Fool is absolute freedom. Freedom to choose, freedom to go wherever they want. But we have 47 confined. Right now, that free-flowing air energy is confined. It's confined in this Four. It's confined in this work that we're doing. I think that's just kind of an interesting synchronicity here with these cards. So we have to operate within the parameters that we see here right now. Okay, so there could be some kind of technical problems here, some kind of an interruption to your work that we need to sort out. And I think it is wise for us to learn from the past, to assess everything that the Queen of Pentacles knows and has experienced. To try to predict the future, but to know that there's always an unknown. There's always an element of choice. And every moment we're making a choice, even if we don't think we are, every moment we're choosing to do something. To take a breath or to, whatever, to move our body in some way, move our mind, move our hearts. And just those choices change the future. Because everything we do now affects who we're going to be and what the outcome will be in the next moment, next week, next year, 10 years, a lifetime from now. Okay? So we can never predict the future because it's always changing. It's always being built. So this is the idea that we have to invoke a little bit of a different energy to figure out what the problem is here with this work. Because I feel as if, and it doesn't matter if this is business, if this is career, employment, if this is your spiritual work, if this is something at home that you're trying to figure out. There's something that's off a little bit. There's a little kind of disharmony here in the earth energies. And we can't quite grasp what it is, but it's not something that we need to do this kind of logical deduction. We need to use a little bit of our intuition to figure out what this is. There's an issue here that we can't grasp intellectually. We just need to kind of feel it, right? And as we do that, we'll move to the path of the serpent now. We start with the Nine of Pentacles. So we are now making progress. I think this is pretty easy for you to sort out. You know, I think as a Virgo, you're pretty good at discovering the little technical difficulty, right? Using your intuition. You have these powers of investigation, of analysis, but I think that really limits the idea. It's kind of a stereotype of Virgo, because I think you really have this intuition that guides you. And when we get over here to the Path of the Serpent, the Nine of Pentacles is the card of gain, right? It's of increase, it's of making progress. Now you can see that things are operating, things are flowing again in a measurable way. This card is ruled by Venus in Virgo. Venus in Virgo. It's as if you are restoring the beauty in things, right? Or discovering the beauty in things. You measure the success of this by how inspiring it is to you, right? And this is maybe a way that we value things. We value things by what it elicits from us, from our soul, right? From this inner work, right? So now we're starting to have a connection between the inner work and the outer realities. And the outer realities now are this relationship that we have, maybe with this Cancer person. In the environment, we do have this Chariot card, which rules the sign of Cancer. Okay. So as we sort out this kind of internal work, career, technical issue with our work or our working, we start to kind of appreciate the environment a little bit more, appreciate the other, right? The external. And that might give us the opportunity then to repair or to reharmonize this water energy, this relationship that we have. And maybe the Chariot card is here to show that you have been limiting yourself. Maybe this confinement is not just in this moment. Maybe there's a broader scope here. Maybe that you've been limiting yourself maybe in an unconscious way. You know, trying to settle for less, kind of. Maybe it's time to realize that and to get this Chariot moving, and the Chariot is going to expand the limitations, right? The roads only stop when you stop, right? Every step you take creates more road in front of you. Every turn of the Chariot's wheel creates a longer road. So the road only ends when you stop. As long as you keep going, the roads are going to be infinite, and they're going to continue to expand. So it could be that we've been confining ourselves a little bit, right? I think eventually this opportunity will come to resolve this conflict, where you might be in a different position, because again, we can't predict the future. Every decision we make now changes who we are in the next moment, and the next moment, and the next moment, right? So by focusing on this inner work, or your career, or your spiritual practice, or whatever this is, whatever this work is that you are involved with, by doing this, we are making changes to ourselves, right? And I think that is going to create the opportunity then when we can use our sword, we can use our air, but with our intuition and just the fact that a little bit of time has passed, you know, it might be enough for us to resolve whatever this little thing that just seems off, right? Maybe now we can understand what it is, and we can get here to this Empress energy. Now, the Empress energy is in a weird position, right? Because the Empress is a really fantastic card, but like every card, has its light and its shadow. The shadow here, I think, is what we're trying to avoid, because this card's in the position of what we don't want, or perhaps the obstacle. And maybe this card today in this position is talking about the need for you to overcome your impulse to take care of everyone. You know, that's a really good quality, but in this situation, for this particular configuration of energy, maybe that's not what's needed, right? You have this natural instinct, I think, to kind of, to be like a parent to everyone, you know, to take care of everyone, to tell people what they need, you know, to provide people with what they need. And maybe this is the obstacle that we need to get over. Maybe we need to get past this a little bit, especially when we see the next card being this Moon card. Now, the Moon card is here showing a dark landscape, an unknown future. And I get the impression here that we don't have any fire energy, right? First, let's remember that. There's no fire here. So it's kind of like we're out of ideas. We're just kind of like, you know, we don't have it in us. We don't have the energy to try to fix all of this. But at the same time, you feel like you need to stay in control of everything so that the future is not unpredictable and uncertain. And we had that kind of suggested here with the Queen of Pentacles. We want to be able to predict the future. The best way to do that is if you are in control of everything and everyone and all of the energy. Maybe that's why there's no fire here, because we need to have the self-awareness that we might be doing that. And we need to stop holding on to all the fire energy and taking it off the table, right? I almost feel like you've kind of snatched all the fire energy away. So there's this feeling of needing to be in control, right? Because if we're not, that leaves us open to uncertainty, the unpredictability, right? And I think that's what we have to kind of deal with, that we're never going to be in complete control of everything. We can try to kind of, you know, hoard that power and control, but there's always going to be this new moon energy. There's always going to be a darkness and a slow returning of the light. Okay, things will become clear as we move into that future. We'll begin to see a little bit more the details, and things will get a little more certain and a little more predictable, but never completely predictable. So I think that this is both the realization that that the future will always be uncertain, but we can still have a relative certainty. Does that make sense? That we know where we are going. We know that success is here. We know that this Six of Cups is happening. We know that this energy is coming in. We have to shift our awareness, shift our focus elsewhere, while we allow for the uncertainty to kind of evolve, while we allow for the light to slowly dawn in this kind of unknown future. And I think you're much closer to success than you think. It may feel as if there's no fire energy here. It may feel as if we don't have the energy for it. It may feel like we're not quite in control of what's going on. But I tell you that we're a lot closer to this success than we think. Okay? But we just can't expect it to go the way that we've predicted, the way that we've projected in our analysis. It's not always going to go that way. But that doesn't have to diminish this Six of Cups. Let's look at the mystery card. Whoop, flipped them over there. Thank you, Alien Simon Mork Ripley. This is the time of the reading where I'm going to ask you to connect with these images, connect with the energies of the reading, and let's see if we can raise our vibrations, if we can tap into our intuition and discern this mystery card. Yeah. If you don't want to play along, that's fine too. If you want to pause the video, I'll leave the camera switched this way. Go ahead and pause anytime. Just a moment of stillness here while we all kind of formulate our ideas and our answer here. And I think it's going to be another Six of Cups. Because I feel like there is this idea that that we are very close to this, right? And I just feel like it's almost our expectations of what we're projecting, of how we're envisioning the day to go. And if it doesn't go exactly according to plan, and we kind of have that here with the Chariot card where we expect things to go a certain way, our way, right? But just because things maybe take a little bit of a different road to get there, all roads are still leading to this Six of Cups. I think this is going to be another Six of Cups. That's what I think. Let's see. Oh, no, it's a Six of Pentacles. This is very cool. This is telling me that both of these areas of our life, because it seems like we have two focuses here. We have the kind of inner, the work, either the career or the, I don't know, the personal project or whatever this earth energy is. We have that. There's some kind of a technical issue there. But then there's also the relationship side of things, right? Also the water energy. Now we have a Six of Cups and a Six of Pentacles. I think this is showing that the relationship success and the physical, earthly, maybe it's financial, maybe it's business, both of these are going to be in sync. Both of these are going to come together in such a beautiful way. I really think you are much closer to this than you think you are. And it's because things aren't going exactly according to plan, but that's okay. That's okay. I really do like this. We're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, click either above or below in the video description. New readings for Virgo come out every Tuesday and Saturday at 6 a.m. Chicago time. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next reading. I want to thank you for watching this video all the way through until the end. It really does help out the algorithm. That in turn helps out the channel, and I appreciate that. Remember, Virgo, that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. Thank you, and I love you very much.